Okay, another live stream. Today is bank holiday, but price seems pretty one-sided. If this was not a bank holiday, I would look for a short setup over here. So since this is just a paper account and we are currently in our learning phases, I will try this short setup over here, but obviously I will not enter inside of this bullish imbalance. If I'm going to take an entry, I will take this after price makes a retracement towards this imbalance. So right now I will just wait. When I see such clean patterns like that, I don't really care too much about doing the higher time frame analysis because I'm a scalper and I follow the price. So price currently looks quite bearish, and I would take a scalp short setup if price gives it to me. Okay, right now, if this candlestick closes like this, my sell stop entry will be around here, so it will not be inside of a imbalance. Okay, so I can take this short. I will first measure the size of the candlestick because I'm going to put my stop loss above this candle, right? So yeah, it doesn't look so big, so I will place 4 micro shorts here with a sell stop order. I can make it even bigger, but since this is a bank holiday, I don't feel a necessity to make it too big. The reason I'm trading with really small size and micros on paper trading is because I am preparing to trade 50k or maybe bigger futures accounts, and on that, by 50k futures account, I mean that classic prop firm account. Since this is a doji and black doji, I will move my entry here. Normally I wouldn't enter from an imbalance, but when this is a black doji like that, I can take an entry from here. And since my stop loss is getting tighter, I will increase the size. And okay, not taking our entry seems a little bit bullish. It is not a big surprise to see price doing V-shaped reversals like this during the bank holidays because liquidity is thin, the volume is low, so price can easily go one-sided without too much buying or selling pressure, and price may also reverse back up easily. So I will cancel this order for now. And I will zoom out a little bit to see where did the price go. Let me close this execution history. Okay. Alright, price seems like it took some tap lows over here on 5 minute. This is a tap low of candlestick structure. price going above this last black candle is the bullish candle structure flip, and price doing its first retracement, I mean this low, is the first step low of this candlestick structure. So price has not swept this low yet. Only these lows, I think they are only significant on 1 minute time frame. I did not take out this one, only took this. All right, let's keep watching. I think I will try a short here with a lower size. Let's stop here. Again, I wouldn't normally enter inside of an imbalance, but if the candle is black like this, I can take my entry. Because most of the time, my experience is telling me that if price wants to go higher after leaving a imbalance like this, by imbalance like this, I mean white candle, another white candle, it might be green on your chart, and black candle, and imbalance like that. If price is going to go higher, most of the time price doesn't tap that imbalance. If price taps it, price most of the time goes deeper. So price reached the weekly opening gap, current week's gap. This is the gap. The Friday closing price right here, and Sunday opening price right here, and between them this weekly opening gap. Asia low is already taken. Asia highs were taken during the London, so I am not going to mark it. I will instead mark London high. If this candlestick closes as a doji, I will take my sell stop entry below it, but this setup will be a rather quick scalp. I will look at the candlestick 10 points. But I will not place it immediately because it might take the entry before the candlestick closes. I don't want to enter before it closes, so I will place my entry right before it closes. It closed. I placed my entry. It took my entry. I placed my stop loss. Now I will just place my first partial on 1 hour, which is over here. This will be my first partial. Okay. This is a partial. And if price comes below here, I will be adding, because it will be a propulsion block. Okay, we added another. And we are taking our partial from here. After the partial, I will move the rest to break even. Price might want to tap this level. I entered to this trade when the price was a little bit bullish, and I got stopped out. So I will wait and see if price leaves a doji. But I kind of feel like I shouldn't force too much shorts after here, because even this turns back, even this is going to turn back lower. It might keep going until these levels. If this becomes a doji, I will try one last short here, and if that short gets stopped out too, I will not be forcing any more shorts. I will just be waiting. When this closes, I will put my sell stop entry here. Okay. I placed my entry. And once again, I will take partial from 1 hour, 1 to 1. And the rest will be 2 hours. 1 hour would be around here. If this doesn't give this entry, then I will not be looking for shorts anymore. So seeing a doji like that might be nice too. Sweeping this, closing as a doji, and then going lower. I might take that one too. I will move my entry below this candlestick as soon as it closes. I'm currently trying take a trade inside of a retracement leg. So this is a little bit more difficult. Two more. This candlestick closes, the entry will be trailed here. Same logic with this candlestick. Entry below it as soon as it closes. Ten seconds left. 10 seconds left for the closure. Price took this high. Also came inside a 5-minute imbalance. First 5-minute imbalance and this 20 simple moving average on 5-minute chart. Entry will be trailed here if this candlestick closes before taking out the entry. 10 seconds left. Got slipped a little bit. 11 stop loss and 11 target. I will take 4 of them out. Over here. If this short gets stopped out too, I will not be forcing any more shorts. I will be waiting for something like that to enter a short, okay? Something like that or something like that. It seems like it is quite one-sided. Sometimes it happens like this during the bank holidays. I normally don't trade on bank holidays, but since this is a paper and I am trying to learn and understand how my system works, I want to experience it on bank holidays too. So I wanted to see what happens and how happens. This is a nice place to add, I guess. So I will add it from that low. We immediately took the entry. Okay. It didn't add from the place I wanted, but it's alright. I will just move this stop loss. And I will take a little bit more partials. The volume is low, the liquidity is thin, and maybe price is just wicking and going higher. I don't really know. Price tapped the exit level exactly, but it didn't take the order. This happens too during the bank holidays. Even though it is paper, the simulated environments are like normal trading. I mean, they try to make it a bit like normal trading, so when volume is too low, simulated accounts might get buggy too. This was a retracement trading. I mean, when you look at the bigger range, this is not a retracement, right? This is just a continuation trade. But when you look at this leg, it is quite bullish. I mean, this might be something like that, right? So I don't really know what happens next, and I don't have to know. I just tried something, learned something on paper trading during a bank holiday, and try to get a feeling how price behaves. Price might reverse right from here without taking out this low, right? Reverse back higher, I mean. But since it left this imbalance, and it seems like leaving another one here, I will move my stop loss to break even as soon as this candlestick gets closed. And I place the break even. I don't want to see it coming back to this imbalance, right? Because there is already an imbalance over here, and if it is really reversing here, I want to see it just going lower without idling around too much or without making new highs. So let me check what happened. We are close to break even. Not bad risk management here. I will pick one more partial. And one last partial. Let me check ES chart real quick just to see what it is doing. ES looks a little bit more bearish than Nasdaq, I guess. Okay. Another partial here. And my exit is from this area. This is a consolidation area. Also, it is near the 50% of this range. One option is trading like this, and another option is just taking partial and leaving runner, right? I want to explain why did I take that last partial, because of this double bottom pattern. I mean, it looks bearish, but I don't know, sometimes it does things like that. When you look at this low, it looks like a double bottom, okay? But when you look at this low, it is a single liquidity sweep. Also, because of the bank holiday, I felt suspicious seeing something like this. This would be a combo short setup. And in fact, I would take that setup if I might take that setup. Yeah, I might take that setup if price goes to there. But ideally, I want to see another combo lower. I mean, look at the way this 20 simple moving average looks. It looks really clean. I want to see price keep going lower and making it look like this, right? If this 20 simple moving average starts to look like that, I will be more convinced that this retracement might be over and price might be going back lower. Seeing lower low from here and then something like that would be cool. I think we are in some profits now. Not something huge, but it doesn't have to be huge. Profits are profits. Close to break even, yeah. If I see something like that, price goes higher, makes a tap, and then makes a higher high, and then comes back to take that tap and keep going higher, then I might flip back to long. Otherwise, I'm on this short position. There are two imbalances over here on 15-minute chart, multiple imbalances. This is something I see a lot. Price leaving two imbalances like that, wicking through the first one. This is the first one, and this is the next one. And leaving a bit of a small wick like that, not going too much inside of it. This pattern is something I see a lot of times, so I just wanted to mention it too. The second imbalance. When I look at 15-minute chart, it feels like price might be coming to this level. And from that level, it becomes a little bit more unpredictable, unknown, because it's possible to see a double bottom reversal like that. So I think my take profit order is in a good place. On 5-minute chart, price left once again multiple imbalances. So I believe it would be logical to trail the stop loss to profits. This amount might be small, but still we should think of it based on points, not based on profits. I think I will move this stop loss right here because, first of all, if this is really bearish, price should have done with this weekly gap, right? It tested the midpoint, took a little reaction and tested the high, took a little reaction from there too, and then just deviated a little bit, deviated above, okay? After that deviation, it started going back lower, tested the midpoint, kept going lower, came really close to that low point, almost tested it, went back lower. So also look at the way this 20 simple moving average look. This most of the time works as a dynamic resistance level, right? As price keeps going towards its direction, as long as price keeps going lower, it will keep going lower like that. And if price keeps consolidating, it will keep reaching to price, right? It will be coming closer to the price. During the occasions like that, price almost taken the entry, but then comes back. I just simply exit. That's it. I don't need that couple more points because my brain has got a tendency getting impulsive after price not taking this one and reversing all the way back higher, and my brain doesn't even care if it is a paper trade or a real trade. I mean, if price went back higher without taking it, it automatically gets tilted, right? So I didn't want to deal with my monkey brain, and I told it, you want your profits, here's your profits, okay? So I was feeling like price might take this low, the low without a wick, and inside of a range small consolidation area. This is a really small consolidation area, right? This little box over here, I will make it green, and price fulfilled the imbalance. On 5-minute, this candle looks exactly the same, a candle without a wick. Price swept it, and price might be making some retracement, making some consolidations around here, or maybe reversing back all the way up. I don't know, and I don't care. I'm a scalper. I take my scalp and I get out. I think this first trade I took, that stop loss, could have been avoided because I stepped in front of a momentum, right? I mean, look at these candlesticks. This is where I took my entry. It's not a great idea to take entries like that, right? I mean, I want to see some absorption of buyers before entering. And how do I see that absorption? Well, like that. Some buy, some of them gets absorbed going lower. Buy, some absorption. Buy, some absorption. Buy, some more absorption, and then price starts to reverse back lower. So I don't know, I think I just wanted to try it just because it tested the midpoint of this weekly gap and took some highs, and since it was bank holiday I thought it might make a deeper wick and take 1 hour. I was pretty sure that it might take 1 hour, give 1 hour, but it doesn't really matter. This was not an A plus setup, not my best setup. This was not perfect either, but this was a good one, especially the one I took from here. The setup I added because this is where the failed swing happened, right? I mean, price was constantly making new highs, but in here it couldn't make it. Left a doji and immediately traded lower. Traded past that doji. This was a nice one, I guess. I am studying trades like that one, but currently I get a little confused. I don't know why, but when I take a trade like this, price just decides to go above this, leave a little wick or something, and then go lower, or maybe just chop around here or reverse higher. I don't know. I observed this occurring many times, but when I take the entry, it just decides to act differently. So I think to be able to trade a setup like this, I need some context, I guess. When I take this kind of entries without the context, I lose. But when there is the proper context, it moves pretty clean like that. Now, let me zoom out a little bit and look at the higher time frame levels once again. Just look at the way these simple moving averages look on 15-minute time frame. Do you see the stack of evidences for bearish price? Look at this gap over here and look how it looks, right? Look at these imbalances, this imbalance. The way that 200 SMA looks and the way it, I mean, look at this. ICT says these doesn't work. These indicators never work, and he says things like only retail traders use them. Only even himself is a retail trader though. But then he starts drawing gazillion boxes on the chart, right? and then says, look at the consequent encroachment of this level. I believe this 20 SMA is a 20 and 200 simple moving average is a great indicator, and I plan to make a tutorial video about it. Let me know if you are interested to see a hello Money Glitch. Good morning to you too. Isn't it harder to day trade on TradingView instead of... I don't day trade on TradingView. I never trust TradingView. I think it is a shitty platform. I use it for paper trades only and analysis. And I take my trades most of the time with NinjaTrader or Tradeoet. I don't know much about Sierra charts, but if it is really good, I might start learning that. But TradingView is a nice platform for learning. You have to buy sub of TradingView for tick movement. Yeah, I don't like to look at... I don't like to zoom in too much. I don't like to look at tick charts, etc. I only zoom in if price is really, really fast. If it is really one-sided, I mean, during the price behaviors like this. Otherwise, I don't look at seconds chart. I don't look at tick chart. So if I see something like that, I might take a long setup. Reverse on higher, reclaiming this one. I mean, something like that, right? Otherwise, I would never look for a long setup over here. It has to go higher and create the pattern, which is our combo setup. Otherwise, I wouldn't touch it. What do you guys think about the price action right now? I believe it is moving really smooth for a bank holiday day, right? I mean, I enjoyed it. And it was really smooth, especially the way it received its reactions from the 20 SMA and the way it kept going lower. Let me check this one. Yeah, we took some profits. This here is break even and not bad. Do you guys have any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If there's something you want to see, let me know. I mean, for the YouTube videos, I plan to make some tutorial videos, theoretical videos or hindsight analysis videos to show the concepts I use and the logic behind them and how I build context. It would probably be a playlist. Yes, came to daily opening gap. But this is from yesterday. Friday's daily opening gap. Previous days opening gaps works as nice support and resistance levels. I mean, during the day price created the gap. Price goes back and forth above and below it. But after next days it becomes a nice support or resistance level. Right now I would be very cautious about taking a short setup because price took this level below. I don't really know how much reaction price might receive from that, but if I keep waiting, I will see the reaction, and if I see the lack of reaction, then I might participate. How will I see the lack of reaction? Okay. If, let's say, price took out this low, right? If price immediately comes back to take out this high, I probably wouldn't take a short setup. I would be more cautious, okay? Let's say price took out this high and started expanding lower. Then I can take the next setup from here because I will see that price did its thing over here and then ultimately left this range away. See, I read market structure not from the simple swing points. I mean, if we read the market structure through the swing points only, and we could say something like that, right? Well, price broke the last high, so it is bullish. Okay, but which one is the last high? Was it this one or this one? Okay. How do we pick the last high? Should it be a valid pullback or a normal pullback, and which time frames? Questions like that. So if I call this a market structure and then call this a market structure break and then try to long this pullback, I would end up with losses only, right? So I don't use just simple swing points. I look at the price areas, the price ranges. When I look at this price, I see that big drop over here and I see that retracement over here. Retracement is a deeper pullback. These little things are just pullbacks, right? And this is a retracement. So when I see that retracement and then see price keep going lower, I immediately mark this as a range, right? Because let's say price did something like that. Would you call it a range? I mean, you probably would, right? Everyone would call this a range. I don't just pick consolidation areas for ranges. I also pick, when you think about it, this area in itself is a consolidation area, right? When you zoom out, this is a consolidation area. Price consolidated in a wide area. Okay. So if price comes back inside the area as soon as sweeps the low of the area, I just think that it might be keep doing its consolidation thing, right? So I think I accidentally deleted the, yeah, it came back. So I want to see price leaving the area to accept that movement as a valid market structure movement. This is not a real breakout for me unless price leaves this area, gets further away from that area. And how does it do that? It either consolidates and starts going lower, or it leaves multiple imbalances like that right here. If it starts leaving multiple imbalances below, then I say, well, it might be, it looks like it has left this area and going towards a new level. But if it consolidates right this area and immediately reverse back higher, normally this is my short setup, right? If I knew this was a trend, I would definitely take this short setup. Okay, I would leave my stop entry here unless there was no imbalance. But look at that, it just took the low. As soon as it took the low, it went back higher. Imagine that price left some imbalances over here and then did the exact same thing. Then I would take this short. I would enter this short. I don't know if this is trending or if this is ranging, right? I can never know unless I see it. And how do I see it? Well, I see it after price leaves the area. Now, if this hypothetical short setup plays out, let's say this idea played out, right? I'm not going to take this one. But if this plays out, I might take the next one. Okay? Because if this plays out with imbalances, it will confirm that price is eventually leaving this range away. I mean, the term itself explains a lot, right? It is breakout. It is not breaking a swing point. It is not going past a certain level. Okay, breakout. So this is, I mean, this is not a breakout. Okay, but this is a breakout, right? We will just observe this one. Let's see what price does. Normally this is an entry I most definitely would take, but I am not taking this one just because of the context over here. And also today is bank holiday. It is another reason. When do I take setups like this one? Well, when it is trending like this. Okay, same exact logic. If, look at this, okay, this is the exact thing I just explained. I would take this setup, but I wouldn't take this if this setup was occurring right here after price swept this and immediately started doing thing over here. Okay, there is a huge difference between taking the setup from here and from here. Over here we have got a strong confirmation that price has already left this range, broke out of it. We see this multiple black candlesticks and multiple imbalances. And these are confirming that price has left this place away. But in here, I don't know if price really left this level. Price might be consolidating over here. Price might want to make a deeper retracement. Price might want to reverse from here, go higher, or make something like that. Slow grind. The good thing about the SPS is it is really a nice scalp system. Still gives you 2 hours, right? Just because this setup idea seems like taking the take profit, hitting the TP, doesn't mean that it broke out, right? It is still right below the range. So I want to see, in order to take a short setup, I need to see price leaving this range away. Otherwise, the places I will look for a short setup will be above this level, especially these places. I mean, I am not touching it when it is near the range low and it looks bearish. I mean, if it was bullish, I would look for long setup, but it is not bullish, it is bearish. But the place of it is not ideal for me. I mean, I either want to sell it more expensive or I want to sell it cheaper but out of this range. Out of this range. When does price close today? Right after lunch, okay. When price is in all-time high, I make too much money, but when market come retrace, I struggle a lot. Yeah, I was pretty much the same. I made all the money I did during the all-time highs. It was 2024 and 2025. All-time highs were easier for me because I knew only how to trade bullish expansions. I was pretty good at it. I was experienced at that, and I didn't much else. So my brain was constantly scanning for bullish patterns, right? I mean, when price was keep making all-time highs, these kind of long setups would always hit the take profit. Almost always. I mean, I did all the money pretty much with this. One-sided bullish expansion with some imbalances like that. And then this pattern. Tap, higher high, sweep of tap, going higher. Simply this. I passed almost all my funded accounts with this. I received multiple payouts. And I get struggled during the price actions like this one, because I would take my entry from here I would get stopped out. I would feel frustrated. I would take another entry here. Another stop. Another here. Right? So right now I am trading with a context, and if we start to making all-time highs again, I probably wouldn't take a short setup like that. I would long it from here instead. This actually was some pattern I would definitely take as soon as I saw. The pattern was like this. Price with the weekly gap, left a low right below it, went above it, and then come back to take out that low. As soon as it sweeps this, it would go higher, and this would be my setup. And I took this many times, and I made a lot of money with this. But since we are not on all-time highs on the daily chart, we are basically inside of this pretty range. I take my trades based on that. I never want to ignore the context. Context comes before everything. This is just a pattern, and this pattern didn't work today's context, right? The other one worked. Which one? This one. Right? This pattern worked. And if we actually took something like that, it ran pretty nice, huh? Okay. Yeah, inside of this range, a certain context worked, the other did not work. And during the all-time highs, price does this kind of movements more violently. So I believe during the all-time highs, this kind of shorts work better too. I don't know why, but yeah, my experience was like that. Now I'm not gonna look for short setups. The things I told you, why I wanted to be cautious about not taking a short setup over here, about the range idea and breakouts. Seems like price is idling inside of this range, and I think I will close this live session from here, and I want you to check these levels. Okay, let me put a box here. Not this one. Yeah, this is okay. Look at these levels. This specific tap highs. This one. There are two reasons why I marked them. First reason, they are above the midpoint of the range, close to Fibonacci levels. And the other reason is especially this high is the first tap of this particular range. Okay, I believe most important liquidity points are points like that. A range like this, breakout and tap of the range, and then price going higher, doing its stuff, And when it comes back, this particular low works as a nice point for a bounce or reversal. So something like that. Has got really high win rate. Okay. Just observe these specific liquidity levels. I mean, if you accept this high as a part of this range, you can take this range like this too, or like this. If we draw our range from here, this becomes the tap low, and if we draw our range from here, this becomes the tap high, this becomes another tap high. Just you can check these on your backtest too. I'm going to make a video about this subject too, the market structure and liquidity points, and which spots I look the most, and which swing points are my favorite, things like that. So just observe these levels and try to see if you can, if price does something like that. Okay, this would be a combo short setup, and this is one of the best ways to know that the retracement is over and price is just going lower. And if price breaks lower without doing the things I told, then try to see if price gives another one here. Okay, I will see you on the next session. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.